Live from the Export Beer Garden studio and brought to you by Export Ultra, the beer for here. This is the Agenda podcast for the 1st of July.
The Agenda podcast, the home of sporting nonsense and claptrap. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
Pinch at a punchline.
Yeah.
First of the month.
Halfway through the year.
Yeah, what did you do with the first 6 months? Anything productive?
No.
No.
I don't think so. I think we did a lot.
We did a lot.
I think we did a lot.
I can't remember any of it.
Yeah, it's.
We were in Wellington just last week and I was like, why do I feel like I've been here before? It's because we were there just a couple of months before.
And we're in Dunedin on Thursday. We are in Dunedin for the Kensington pre-game.
I'm looking forward to this.
I've got an announcement on that.
Yes.
So we're at the Kensington from midday on Saturday for the biggest pre-game in Dunedin with Export Ultra. We've got since the Kensington's a little bit way away from the stadium, we've got the Ritchie's Export Express, which is a Ritchie's bus, all branded up in Export Ultra. But here's the kicker. The driver is Richie Mo'unga.
Oh, it's back in New Zealand.
Yeah, so he's back. Richie Mo's back, and he is going to be helping us shift fans from the pub to the stadium, to Fullside Bar.
Steamer.
Yeah, so
Great.
there you go.
Perfect. Does he have his heavy transport license?
Who cares? Who cares? But the Ritchie's Export Express, get into it this week. If you're in Dunedin or you're heading down to Dunedin, midday on Saturday. We're also going to be there Friday night.
Yeah.
And we've got a few flat drops, I think. We've got some Leader NZ Southern Fried Chicken toppers to drop off at flats, maybe a few beverages as well.
Perhaps.
And then on the Saturday, the pre-game.
Great.
So getting into it.
This sounds like a big weekend.
Yep.
Supplementary question, Your Honour, is he going to bring his boots? Because we could probably do with them out there, old Richie.
I did think that. I was like, I'd rather see him on the field than driving our coach, but...
He didn't get picked. So, that's on Razor. And the beneficiaries are us.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So the Kensington. I was thinking maybe we should do some airport transfers as well, because that's dangerously far away.
Dunedin does not have an airport.
No, Momona does.
How far can Richie be bothered driving? This is the issue.
True. I don't know the exact details about what that, but that would be quite good. But I think we've got the Ritchie's Export Express for the entire weekend.
Wonderful.
So we could just use it for the flat drops as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it'd be a real nightmare if we got a flat tyre up Castle Street and drove over a bottle.
Yeah, that would be good. And then Richie Mo's out there on his hands and knees.
Yeah, it'd be an absolute nightmare. Here's the second All Black that I've ever heard of driving a bus. First is my uncle, Billy Bush, Uncle Kingy.
Oh, yeah?
He drives the bus for the All Blacks whenever they're down there in Christchurch.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Runs in the family, the athletic potential that you see sitting on this couch opposite you.
Have you got your HT? Have you got your heavy, or is it a transport license? Is that the mass transport license?
You have to get your P endorsement, which means you can carry passengers.
Yes,
and then I believe you have to have your heavy transport license as well.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm sure someone will correct us because they love to get bogged down in the minutiae. Big story over the weekend, presidential debates, Lane. Everyone's talking about it. I went to the gym this morning. I mean, I go quite often, but this morning I went. And there was a lady there talking about the presidential debates loudly and across the thing. She goes, surely his wife Biden's wife would have said something to him like, you're too much of a zombie to be going out there on that stage. Then she goes, imagine him coming towards you wanting to have sex.
What?
And I was looking at my mate, just like, holy shit, this is at 7:30 in the morning. Like,
and she's
Jesus.
thinking about Biden and the sack.
Yeah, at 7:30 in the morning. Aggressive.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of it, to be honest.
Neither.
I didn't watch any of it. I saw a meme about them comparing their golf games, which I thought was probably the most amusing. Like, I'm the better golfer. And it's like, I'm the better golfer. I don't know what Biden sounds like. He just sounds like a zombie.
Dittery old man. Yeah, because you have to think about they're like 90 years old, or they're mid to late 80s.
Yeah, well, they should just decide the election in a long drive competition. Like, put your nuts on the line,
Trump
boys.
would have him.
Yeah, we reckon?
I've seen videos of Trump swinging a golf club. It's ugly, but it's effective.
Okay.
You know those old boys out on the golf course where you're like, how does that work?
Well, why don't they just do a 3-hole playoff then for the presidency?
I don't think Biden could get around 3 holes, could he?
He backed himself on the debate. He reckoned he was a better golfer than Trump.
They're just saying shit. Here's a fun fact for you. Bill Clinton is younger than both of those candidates. He was elected in 1992.
As a young...
Bill Clinton right now is younger than both of them. And he was elected in 1992. He'd probably beat them both in golf too.
Yeah, he probably would.
It is outrageous. I reckon because I'm pretty sure...
I think George Bush would as well. George Bush was a great
Oh,
golfer.
yeah, he was. There's that great clip of him talking about how we must stamp out terrorism wherever we find it in the world. Now watch this drive.
And I love how he crushed it as well.
Crushed it. He lit it up. So I think there's a minimum age requirement to be president over there. I think it's like 40. There should be a maximum age.
Is there a minimum age?
Yeah.
That's a bit ageist, isn't it?
It is. Having said that, do you want a 21-year-old running your country?
After watching the clips of that debate, yeah, maybe.
That's ridiculous.
Maybe get Jojo Siwa up there,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
Who's the guy from June? Maybe whack that.
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet, who I just found out the other day is actually my age. I thought he was like 17.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, I mean, it's going to unravel. I do like Trump's approach, though, because there's calls for Biden to be sacked and replaced because he's basically a walking zombie.
Yeah.
But he's now coming out going, there's no better man to be up against, because he knows that he's falling to bits. And if they replace him, that's the worst case scenario for Trump. So now he's coming out saying how much he loves them.
You better leave that guy in.
Yeah.
We are massively pro-Trump on this podcast. I think people may have forgotten, and I'd like to remind you, or if you're new to this podcast, it's because Biden signed off on an agreement that moved the 18th NRL franchise to Papua New Guinea.
Yeah, it was Christchurch.
It was going to be, they were talking about Christchurch.
Yeah.
But then Volandis and old
Sleepy Joe
struck up a deal, and as part of their a retaliation against Chinese expansion into the Pacific, they're going to put a rugby league team in Papua New Guinea. And so he's absolutely screwed us, Sleepy Joe. So we're pro-Trump. There's a big pro-Trump podcast.
Yeah, there's a small asterisk on the pro-Trump, I must admit. It's just to do with that one geopolitical maneuver.
We're anti-Biden.
Yeah.
Well, he's also going to bring back clean coal, so I'm looking forward to that one. Sport across the weekend, there was only one game that anyone really cared about, and it's that the Warriors won. We're back. We are all aboard the train.
Just when we were just about to kick off, and I had all the T-shirts ready to go, I had the artwork ready to go, I was just about to hit send on ordering, 2,000 Warriors supporters support group T-shirts. And what do? Turn around and hump the Broncos.
And they looked incredible as well.
When you say look incredible, they literally looked incredible with those halves.
Oh.
It's Marty Martin and Chanel Harris-Tavita.
Yeah.
Couple of absolute dreamboats at 6 and 7.
Yeah.
And
real good looking dudes.
Yeah, and just they're the kind of guys who know it, and that's why they're so good. You know what I mean? They've got the BDC.
Oh, life for a good-looking person is so much easier.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean, it was good to watch. But, look, you take the win. It was a pretty depleted Broncos team post-Origin.
Yes.
So, but we'll take it.
We will take it. I don't know how much to read into that, but me and Ben Hurley will go over that one on the Mad Monday podcast later on. Today, we got a bit of feedback on Instagram, and it said, please remove Keezy and Manaia from Warriors commentary. Have not won a game with those two commentating.
Is that true?
Well, I did a deep dive. I have commentated 7 Warriors games.
Yes.
We have lost 6.
Of those 7.
I've commentated 4 of those with Chris. So, yes.
Not a great percentage.
We have not won a game with me and Chris commentating. Of those 7 that I've commentated, we lost 6. We only won 1.
Okay, good news for the fans out there. This Saturday for the doggies, it's Di Henwood and Ben Hurley. And it's the double header before the All Blacks too.
Yeah, right. So, well, thank God. That's a good omen. I wonder if the TAB are factoring that into their.
We can talk. Maybe we talk to Carl this Friday on the Sports Book.
Yeah, see what he reckons. All right, let's take a quick break here, and then we'll get back into some more actual sport. Actually, we're going to stick with rugby league too, so we'll be back in a second. One of my favourite highlights from across the weekend, in fact, my favourite highlight from across the weekend came from the New South Wales Cup.
Yep.
One of the weird things about the Warriors is our New South Wales Cup team is excellent. It's packed full of great players. We're dominating the competition.
But you got Tane Tuapiki still playing.
Tane Tuapiki's playing down there. Bunty Afoa played for them on the weekend. To start the season, Tamari Martin was playing for them. It's an outrageous team that we've got down there. 3 players were sent off in the Warriors versus Raiders New South Wales Cup game this weekend. It was outrageous. And it started with Cory Horsbrugh, who's played many years in the NRL. Big red dude.
Yes.
Big redhead dude.
Oh, what a surprise.
So he headbutted Jacob Laban on the way to try and score a try.
Yeah.
Then there was like a pick and go. Jacob Laban tried to make a tackle. Cory Horsbrugh was just seeing red by this stage. He starts throwing punches at Jacob Laban.
Yeah.
And Laban just took them. You've seen the footage.
Yeah.
He's smiling.
He got the headbutt and he's like, what are you doing? And then the Ginger Ninja rage came over and he hooked him with a terrible punch that just glazed his cheek.
Well, there were like 2 or 3.
And then he was laughing at him, eh?
Yeah. He was laughing at him as the guy was punching him. So then a bunch of people start running in, third man in, fourth man in, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Ref blows the whistle. They settle everyone down. Then they have a quick go into the bunker, and then they make their judgment. And the ref goes, Jacob Laban.
Is he related?
Don't know. You're gone. Send him off.
And he's like, I got headbutted and punched, and now I'm off.
And I didn't react.
Because it was great, because did you see his reaction? He looked around and goes, me?
Yeah.
Me, I'm off.
I just got lit up like a Christmas tree.
And then he got sent off, and then the guy came in to protect him, apparently threw a punch.
Yes.
He got sent.
Third man in, they're very harsh on.
But surely the first person to go should have been Cory.
He did go.
Yeah, he did eventually. The third one he went.
But it's like, what are you supposed to do? This is literally what they're trying to say is don't throw punches. So one of the guys throwing punches, you get binned for retaliating in that situation. He didn't retaliate.
No.
So what's he supposed to do in that situation? I think if I see that and I'm an NRL player, I'm like, fuck it, I'm throwing then.
Yeah, I'm going to throw down.
Yeah. Because
Totally.
there's no, you don't get away with it for not.
And I had a feeling Laban may have had the upper
Instigated it.
hand. No, may have had the upper hand if they were going to throw hands.
Yeah. But I think Jacob Laban would have looked at that and gone, I'm on the fringes of this Warriors squad. I'm one injury away from playing the rest of the season in first grade.
Yeah.
I'm not going to throw a punch and get suspended for 6
Yeah.
weeks. So I'm going to stay here and do the right thing. Then he gets sent off anyway. So now if I'm him, I'm coming back at it. I'm just throwing down. First hit up. I'm just throwing the ball at a guy and I'm just lighting him up. Like, fuck it. I'm already out. So what does it matter?
Go full Mark Geyer.
Yeah, exactly. Just full play the ball and then just swing. I think that's the precedent that's now been set in the NRL. You're just going to have to swing because there's nothing else. You got no other recourse. You're going to get sent off anyway.
You'll get the integrity unit will come into play though. Won't it?
I love the NRL integrity unit. New Zealand is starting up their own integrity unit. I don't
Yes.
know who's commissioned this.
So I got a press release in my inbox, and I'll read the start of it. I was confused about why it got sent to me.
Or who sent it?
It was Riley Hodson. I don't know who that is. I think it's basically a PR person. It is, yes. So here's what's happening in New Zealand. The Sports Integrity Commission, Te Kahu Ruanui, opens its doors. Today marks a significant milestone for sport and recreation in New Zealand with the official launch of Sports Integrity Commission. Rebecca Rolls is going to be the first chief executive. Now, what does it cover? It's safeguard participants in sports and recreation. Right, it's a merging of several. The Commission, a newly established independent Crown entity, is tasked with promoting and protecting the safety and well-being of participants and the fairness of competition in the sport and recreation centre. Anti-doping services will be included.
Nzara, would it be?
Yeah. Anti-doping service testing and education will now will be provided by the Commission. They'll also deal with complaints.
Yep.
If you've got any complaint about sports. So
Is that from the public or from within the
anything,
sport?
Anything. I mean, if the Warriors aren't performing, write a letter.
Okay, I'll fire it in.
If the All Blacks shit the bed, write a letter.
If you don't like this podcast, write them a letter.
Absolutely. The Sport and Recreation Complaints and Mediation Services is now part of the Commission. So there we go. And I don't know what else. So it's anti-doping, anti-competition, manipulation, anti-corruption, and supporting positive integrity outcomes among sport and recreation providers.
So if I get drunk and walk into the wrong flat and eat McDonald's on their couch,
Rebecca Rolls is coming for you.
Rebecca Rolls is going to
She's going to roll
into her.
She's going to roll into town, and
She's going to roll me. If so, the Nzada has been brought into that. Has that been a thing before? New Zealand Anti-Doping Agency?
I
haven't heard of it.
Obviously, we're either very clean athletes,
Yeah,
or they're not testing that much.
because I am not aware of a doping policy in Super Rugby.
There 100% is.
I've certainly never heard of someone be suspended for it in Super Rugby. It happens in the NRL all the time. I think a dude just got done for it the other day. Michael Jennings just came back from it. Bronson Sherry this year.
What, just from a weekend in Bali and come back and...
No. Bronson Sherry came back from a 4-year ban for doping. Yeah.
Oh.
I know. During those 4 years, I'm sure he was clean. When he was outside of the competition, I'm
Absolutely.
sure he was clean. Never heard of a player get done for doping in rugby here in New Zealand. And boy, do we outperform our expectations here in New Zealand.
Hey,
I'm not saying...
we've got a very robust talent management system.
Yes.
And we breed great rugby players. That's it.
Don't we?
Yep.
Despite having no genetic advantage in a smaller pool than anywhere else
We
in
have
the
a
world.
genetic advantage because, Polynesian are very gifted athletes, and there's a lot of them living in New Zealand, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Look, I don't know. I think you're reading into that, but
don't know.
I'm looking forward to the New Zealand's Integrity Unit hiring whitewash investigations.
Oh, yes.
They'll be rubbing their hands because whitewash they would have been contracted to so many different government departments.
Yeah.
To whitewash. Now they just have to deal with old Rolsey.
Yeah, right.
Okay, Rolsey. Okay, let's roll this into one. No pun intended. And let's sort out a retainer for whitewash, and you'll have us on call anytime.
Going to be sizable, the retainer.
yeah.
Because the things that we're, whitewashing,
Yeah.
they could really bring us to our knees
Yeah.
as a country. I think, obviously, if you don't know about whitewash investigations, they were brought in when the Shield debacle was going on, the Ranfurly Shield.
Known as the Ranfurly resin.
Yes, the Ranfurly resin. Turns out it could have just been plaster that was used, or resin.
Yeah. That looked dangerously like cocaine. But anyway.
When one of the South African players was accused of racism going into the World Cup rugby grand final, never heard anything about that afterwards, did we?
No, whitewash came in. That was probably some of their best work.
They're like, shh. That's enough of that. And then we never heard anything more about it.
Yeah.
And that's only the stuff that we do know about for whitewash investigations. What else don't we know that whitewash investigations have swept under the carpet?
Yeah, well, their head office is in Sydney. So that reads into a lot in terms of the NRL.
Yeah.
So they're a busy organisation.
Rumours are that they brought in the no-fault stand-down in the AFL.
Yes,
Where
that's
you
right.
can test positive for drugs and then be...
Stood down.
He stood down, it's like a preemptive drug test.
Yeah, it's like Manaia, he's out. He's out with a tight hamstring.
Yeah.
/ sore nostrils.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it's like, well, what did he actually do? It's killing my multis every week. I'm interested to see. Does the Integrity Unit cover podcasts as well? That could be a problem for us.
Yeah, could be. I mean, we've had a lot of criticism about being just sports adjacent.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Look, we're cop to that, I think.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing from the Integrity Unit and Inzada. Do they drug test podcasters? I certainly hope not. Football. We're going to get Piney on tomorrow.
Yes, to talk Euros. But
we don't know.
We have to pat ourselves on the back. Do you know what our agenda tip was on Friday?
Yeah, Germany 2-0. And it came in $6.50.
$6.50, and that's taken our kitty over 1,000. So we're going to give that away this week.
Yeah.
So, look, we get criticism for not knowing anything, and sometimes it pays off when you just throw some mud at the wall like a 2-0 Germany victory.
And $6.50.
And that's them through to the quarters. So they're through to the quarterfinal. So's England, and they're going to play Switzerland in the quarterfinal. But England, classic England, man, they terrorised their fans. They were playing Slovakia.
They were down 0-1.
Oh, and at added time, they scored 2 goals. In the 91st minute and in the 95th minute, they scored to win 2-1 and go to the quarters.
One of them a bicycle kick, I understand.
Yeah.
They say you only get one chance.
So it's insane. Like the
Bicycle
English, no wonder English fans are so crazy because the emotional roller coaster they have to go through with that team. So it's getting interesting now because we're at the final round of 16. We're into the quarterfinals. So we'll get Piney on tomorrow just to give us the oil on that. I wonder if, because Spain they were drawing 1-1 with they won 4-1. They were drawing 1-1 with Georgia for quite a significant amount of that game, but obviously came back and humped them.
Unlucky Georgia. At least you got a beautiful country to go back to. Not in the Euros, but over in the US. Did you see this video of a bloke by the name of Jamal Tiari? Am I saying that wrong? I hope so. He stole the ball from the goalkeeper and scored.
Oh, yes.
To win the game 2-1 for Atlanta United over Toronto FC. So there was the goalkeeper got the ball. This guy just ducked off behind the goal and took a drink.
He was stalking him like a lioness stalking an antelope. You know, when staying out of his vision, he was moving with him, behind him, making sure that he couldn't see him.
And the goalkeeper, completely unaware of him, he's bouncing the ball, and he was like indicating to his gesturing to his players to like go down the field, because I reckon they must have been screaming at him.
Yes.
There's a guy behind you.
Yeah.
But the crowd was screaming so loud as well, so he couldn't hear what they're saying. He's like, yeah, all good, just get down the field, and when they hoof it. Then he throws the ball out in front of him. This dude just comes out, nicked it, goal, game. That is the howler to end all howlers.
Yeah, that's a kind of game of two halves. What happened next question, isn't it?
Yeah.
That one.
Pause.
Yeah, you could see him. You could see it in his mind though. When he was behind him, he was moving his head just to stay behind the goalkeeper. And the
Yes.
goalkeeper rolled it down to kick it. And then,
She was all over. There's a guy in the NBA who's made a career out of doing that. He hides on the bench or in the crowd. Because you know how the crowd in NBA games is right on the
Yes.
sideline. Alvarado is his name. They called him Grand Theft Alvarado. And he just stands on the bench or in the crowd and then runs out and steals the ball off it. It's just like that. It's exactly what it looked like.
Hey, in other football news, since we're slowly gaining momentum in the round ball,
We're gaining the respect we deserve.
All Whites 4-1 winners over Vanuatu in the Oceania Nations Cup.
The OFCA,
Yeah, so I mean,
which I thought was sponsored by OnlyFans. But
everyone's saying, a lot of people was like, who cares? They're playing Vanuatu, Fiji, Papua New Guinea,
New
Solomon
Caledonia
Islands,
in there, or they got a bit
Solomon
on?
But it's what's quite important here is that I think in the next World Cup, or maybe the next one after that, I'm not sure this is where we fall down in the round ball, there isn't going to be an automatic qualification for Oceania. Because at the moment, if you win Oceania, you've got to go and play the 4th place South American team, which is usually like Costa Rica or Mexico.
Yeah.
And that's a tough away, home
It's
and
like
away.
Costa Rica playing the All Blacks.
Yeah. So to expand the FIFA World Cup, they're going to give Oceania an automatic qualification.
Is Australia Oceania?
No, they moved to Asia.
Asia.
They moved to Asia because they thought it would be an easier road. And it is for them, really, because I think they have to play the Middle East and through Asia. And
East Timor.
they constantly qualify through that channel because they gave up Oceania because the South American route was too hard. Now,
They left us in there.
now we don't want them to suddenly change and come back to Oceania because they can get fucked.
That sounds like a very Australian thing to do.
No, they have to stay in Asia.
They'd
So-
come back and be like, well, actually, if you look at the tectonic plates, we are in Oceania.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I know we abandoned you, 20 years ago, but look, no. So that's good news for us. If we can keep dominating there, and there was a few Auckland Football Club, Auckland City Football Club players in the All Whites there.
Oh, Black Knights?
Yeah, the Black Knights who scored there. So I'm interested to see the Black Knights how they go. I'm all in.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
Oh, I am too.
I need to be actually just for my own sporting knowledge sake. I need to get in behind something football, and they happen to be down the road.
So Piney on tomorrow. We'll
Yep.
talk a bit of Euros. Just quickly before we go to yours, please. The Snackachangi Sports Scholarship is underway at the moment. We're binge watching sport. Actually, is a sport. We're about to announce our first winner of the scholarship, I believe.
Yes, we are. We got the winner.
No, not yet. But to enter, text CHIP to 3236. Follow the link. You could be in to win the ultimate ACC prize pack. Of course, we've got Snackachangi chips.
Yep. A few refreshments.
Few refreshments. We'll drop them off to your house.
Yeah.
So good luck to you. Text CHIP to 3236 to enter the Snackachangi Sports Scholarship. There's no rigorous
No,
hoops you have to jump through, is there?
absolutely not.
You don't
No.
have to prove your athletic prowess.
No, well, I mean, all we're saying is, we're binge watching sport is a sport. So why else would you not enter that?
Absolutely. So do that. Text CHIP to 3236. While we take a break, we'll be right back with yours, please.
Yours, please. Brought to you by Leader, home of the lasagna topper.
As usual, on a Monday, we have plenty to get through. I think there's about 9 of them at the moment. Just before we do, we had one that I wanted to play, but the audio was just too muffled. A bloke by the name of Josh. Josh, you sent us in a request for time off because this is a new initiative we've started. We're giving away fake prizes so that you can get time away from your family, your partner, whatever it is. Whoever your boss, whoever it is that you need to give an excuse to, we will give away fake tickets to you on
absolutely.
the podcast. You can play that audio to whoever. Josh sent one through. It sounded very muffled. I suspect he was hiding from his partner to send this message in.
Yep.
I couldn't hear what the tickets were that he wanted. So send that one in again, Josh, and we'll be more than happy to do it. I think he was under a blanket.
Here to help. Here to help.
Yeah. First caller here. Yours, please.
I'd just like to shout out to that one backbone who got 65 feral cats on one property in the feral cat competition. What a bloody backbone you are. Good on you, mate. Bloody red eye shot.
Yeah, that's right. It was the bunny shoot, was it? And they had a stray cat category down in
Feral cat.
was it Southland? Was it Southland or
Sounds like something.
So it's in the
Southland
South Island. Yeah, I think it's that hunt. They killed a couple of 100 stray cats.
Yeah. Well,
Wild cats, whatever they were.
one guy got 65. How many of those were actually pets?
Look, I don't like cats, so hopefully 64 of them.
If I set the over under at 3, how many of those cats do you think had
Well,
a name?
I heard the organizer of the competition on air, and they said they were only shot in the bush and out the back of farms. So if your cat, if your suburban cat is pesting around a farm or a bush, then you're not a very good owner. You're not looking after that cat.
What if you get a bush in your front yard?
Well, it's going to get its head blown off with a shotgun, isn't it? They're killing native birds, Manaia.
I know they are. It is disgusting, but I just like to think that.
What do they do with the pelts?
Oh, you couldn't
wear one?
You couldn't make something out of them, could you? I mean, 65's enough, but now you're starting a bootleg market, a black market.
Black market and cat pelts.
Cat pelts. The people would be breeding them for their fur.
Yeah, then you'd be like the Gruella de Vil walking around in that.
65 kittens. Another caller here, yours please.
Hey fellas, love your work, love your podcast. Just something trivial, just going to pull you up on the All Blacks training facilities. They're in Upper Hutt, not Lower Hutt, as they would try and claim like Brewtown, Trentham Racecourse, but just thought I'd try and put you right on that one. Fuck South Canterbury. Fuck you, Manaia, if you're hating on motorsport. Fuck you, G Lane.
Hey, how did I cop a stray for that? Speaking of motorsport, the Formula One on the weekend.
Yeah.
High drama. High drama.
What, someone got overtaken on the track?
No, Norris and Verstappen crashed with a couple of laps to go. They were racing, toe to toe, and then there's an argument about who crashed into who. They both got knocked out. In comes through George Russell from behind. He was just watching in the corner, whacking off, and he came through and took it out.
Stephen Bradbury.
Yeah, and then Oscar Piastri came second, and then Carlos Sainz third. So good to mix it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Verstappen apparently has been accused of just ramming into Lando Norris. Norris is, I think Verstappen accused Norris. It's great stuff. I love it.
High drama. They did get mixed up, but we want to apologise for getting mixed up between Lower and Upper Hutt.
Well, can we just call it the Hutt Valley? Just cover it off.
Yeah, I know, but this is the thing about places around New Zealand. There's such a bitter rivalry between these places. If you're from Upper Hutt, you'd have been like...
I'd much rather be from Lower Hutt.
Would you?
Yeah.
Why? Waterfront?
Well, Petone maybe. Even better. Is Petone Lower Hutt?
Petone is Lower Hutt, yeah. Although I'm sure now someone's going to ring in and
say it's not.
And say it's actually its own thing, Petone.
Oh, and it's pronounced Petone now, I think. Petone. Anyway.
But I would rather not be from either of those places. But thank you very much for your call.
Eastbourne?
Huh?
Eastbourne? Is that still counted as being in the valley, Eastbourne? Because it's kind of the other side.
Yes.
Other side of the harbour. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, fuck all those places. Okay. Another caller here, yours please.
G'day fellas, Mike Oxon here. Hey, just looking to see if there was any plans in the future to extend your commentary towards the NPC or New South Wales Cups. Fuck South Canterbury?
I like how he questioned himself there, Mike Oxlong.
Should
I say fuck South Canterbury?
It sounded to me like Mike's got no problem with the region. He just wanted to say it because that's what he thought he had to.
But it sounded like he was reading an auto cue and it had a question mark on fuck South Canterbury.
He got Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, South Canterbury.
Fuck South Canterbury. By the way, let's throw it open to any other region that you want to slag off. It doesn't just have to be South Canterbury.
No, it kind of has to be really. Commentating New South Wales Cup, probably not.
I think we'll commentate that. We'd commentate that fight again.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd commentate NPC finals, but every week NPC is tough.
It's tough enough for us to get through Super Rugby.
Yeah, let alone NPC.
And NRL. And as we've found out, I've only commentated one Warriors win this year. Do you want me to bring that down into the New South Wales Cup? Ruin that as well?
Look, if a sponsor wants to come on and pay, because it's not a cheap exercise commentating live sport. So if you've got a sponsor out there who wants to cover, we'll be up for it.
Brendan the Chainsaw Laney commentates the Heartland games. I don't know if they're going to broadcast them this year, but last year they broadcast one game per round.
Yeah.
It was commentating a South Canterbury game in Temuka there. I can't remember who they were playing against. Someone got a serious injury. I think it was a spinal injury.
Yes.
But they had run out of ads. And for 20 minutes, Chainsaw had to just pad for 20 straight minutes commentating the Heartland. I was like, you poor bastard. It got to the point where there was a game of touch that broke out on the sideline between some kids. He started commentating that for about 15 minutes. Then eventually the ambulance came, cleared the thing out, and then they got back underway.
I know what that feels like after that DB conference when I had to delay for the the Porphyry, the Karakia, and I had to pad, and I was struggling, and I only got told to pad 10 minutes. I made it to 5.
Yeah, it was a filibuster. They got to 5, and they were like,
get him out.
Bennett, get this guy out of here. Another call here. Yours, please.
I'm concerned I was cut off at the end of the last message for the most important part, which is fuck South Canterbury and fuck Waimate.
He's got a great voice, that guy.
Yeah,
It sounds like he's a voice-over artist.
Sounds like Peter Gower. I've loaded those in the wrong way because he's got another voicemail, which I'm hoping is this next one. It may not be, but another caller here. Yours, please.
G Lane, Manaia, I've listened to you both long enough now to know you're not the best punters, particularly you, G Lane. So in the time I've been listening, I know you've made a pretty sizable donation to the TAB. Let's not put a number on it, but it's a good chunk of money. Can we take some of that money and buy Carl a microphone for the Friday podcast? Jesus fucking Christ. Is he calling in from a fucking Nokia 2280? Fuck stuff.
It's even funnier that we played those out of order.
Yeah, it's even funny. Yeah, you're right. We should get Carl a microphone. That's a good call.
He does it from Wellington.
Yeah.
And we've got various different limitations on our own capabilities here in the studio.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does deserve one.
Hey, and you know what? Deep Throat. My prediction on Friday, if you followed me in on the Germany 2-0, you would have won yourself a decent amount of money. So you know what? And the three-way, let's not talk about the three-way because I nailed my leg, so did Carl nailed his leg.
I was wrong for the right reasons. I picked the Dolphins to win because I thought that Ben Hunt and Zach Lomax wouldn't back up from Origin. I was right, but they still lost. Can't win them all, eh? Can't win them all.
That's right.
But yeah, all right, we'll send a mic down to Carl. Another caller here. Yours, please.
G'day fellas, it's Ben Dover. I just wanted to say on your dictator chat, Pol Pot, he was a great New Zealander. He just liked to roll in the tanks, which I thought was really showing them what's up. That was good.
He's more tank guy, isn't he, Pol Pot?
Well, he would just walk dudes past a tank, and if they were taller than it, they'd be like, "Nah, you're dead.
Yeah, blow
you're
his head
gone.
off.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got glasses? Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, you finished high school? Yeah, you're dead." The irony was, he himself was one of those dudes. He had glasses. He finished. He went to university in France.
Who,
Pol Pot? Yeah, and then he learned all these Marxist communist ideals, brought them back. It was just like, I'm going to be the only educated dude here.
Yeah, rest of you, I'm going to drive a tank and blow your head off.
Yeah, that's right. He wasn't a poisoner.
I
Pol
got
Pot.
called the Pol Pot of commercial radio when I was in charge of Radio Hodak.
Yes, you did.
Which I thought that was unfair.
I think it stuck with you too because someone's mentioned that on Instagram recently. The Pol Pot of commercial radio. You're just lining up announcers and executing them against carts.
I'm just driving tanks into the workplace as their head rises above the pulpit.
Adam's got glasses actually.
He's
Now
dead.
that I noticed that. Another caller here. Yours, please.
Captain Arsgrave here. I know you guys put out a disclaimer that you know nothing of the round ball, but Jesus Christ. You've said that Georgia have knocked Portugal out of the group.
I knew
though.
this was going to happen.
Portugal still topped the group,
Yeah.
you idiots. And then you've gone and claimed that Germany-Denmark is a nothing game. It's the first round of 16 game. Come on, you need an expert on the panel. Idiots.
I knew this was going to come back to bite us, and because when I was talking about it, and then I went away and I read an article, I was like, oh shit, Portugal still top the group. There's going to be some blowback on that.
We got a bit outside of our crease on that
Yeah,
one.
I
didn't
know,
we?
and then I saw the Germany with the actual first round of 16 was against Denmark, and I said that it was going to be a nothing game, which Germany were going to win 2-0, and they did.
And it was a nothing game.
Look, we'll get better, okay?
I don't know. I don't know if we will. We might
Nah.
not.
Well-
I think we just need to stay well and truly in our lane on these things.
Do you think us completely fucking up round ball chat
Yeah.
is endearing us to the round ball fans, or angering them? Should we just stay away?
I don't know because I feel like it's having the same effect that I have on motor games fans. It really just grates them.
I'm going to convert you to motor games. I'm trying to sort out a trip to Bathurst and to the Formula One.
Oh yeah, man, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah, sweet.
See, I reckon it'll change your mind when you go to one of these big events like the Formula One.
I like the Sail GP.
Yeah. See, you're a sailor now.
Oh, mate.
Into it. See,
Yeah.
I think I can convert you. I think you.
Blackfoil's over there in Barcelona. Look, I like cars. It's just racing anything is, I find.
No one watches the racing. You just got along for the event.
Yeah, right.
So
that's
think,
what
Okay, I think I can convert you to motor games.
Having said that, no, because I do know people who would watch every lap of Bathurst or just the V8s every Sunday and just be like, Hang on, sorry. I'm just watching the thing, if you don't mind. Oh, where's old mate? Oh, he's just sitting inside. He's watching every lap.
I think that's also people who want to spend time away from their family.
Yeah, it was usually at like family gatherings or barbecues or something.
And they're in the garage just crushing.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll leave him alone. He's watching his bloody V8s.
Yeah, he's into it. And really, he's watching like OnlyFans.
Do you know the other thing that really put me off is all of my mates who got massively into Formula One after Drive to Survive.
That's
I was
okay.
like, oh, fuck off. You're not into Formula One.
That's kind of like full swing, though, in golf now. People are quite into golf.
Yeah.
And they think they're into the players and they know who the players are.
Yeah, no, that's, yeah. Anyway, I hope you can convert me. Another caller here. Yours, please.
Fuck me, how good were those dark and stormies on the Wednesday at lunchtime? What a great lunchtime. Still can't get Amber talking about pictures of Dick, though. How fucking good. Up the waz.
That's obviously someone who was at the DB conference.
What a massive, like, inside job that is.
Yeah, well, because they served dark and stormies at lunchtime. Shit, they were good.
In a can.
Yeah, in a can. 7%ers. God, they were good. And then also, I think a member of the management team was introducing another management team. His first name was Dick.
Yeah.
And
not Richard, by the way.
No.
Not Richard.
Straight up Dick.
Straight Dick.
Yeah, and
raw.
One line she delivered, which I so immaturely just completely lost it on, when she said, here's some interesting facts about Dick. And I fucking lost it. And I was side of stage and making sure my mic wasn't on, and I was in hysterics. And then she goes, and here's another photo of Dick.
Yeah, here's a photo of Dick.
And I was, and then again, I was like,
here's some interesting facts about Dick. And you were laughing around the corner. Me and Joe were at the back of the thing, 6 dark and stormies deep, just clean losing it. Very disrespectful, and I'd like to apologise.
But then I came out and doubled down, and I was introducing the next speaker, and I was like, look, I can't go past those fun facts about Dick.
Nobody laughed. That one got crickets.
No one laughed.
Oh, he's a well-respected member of our team, Dick.
He's a great man, actually, Dick. I did enjoy his
long.
He was from Holland, and he didn't really like my schmuck and a pancake gag either.
No, he didn't. I wonder how he felt about you making Dick jokes up in there. So anyway, if you'd like to sponsor the ACC, it should be up for.
If you want to see him see your conference,
get in touch. I think we got one more here. Yours, please.
G'day, lads. Chatting about the ACC slogan. Shouldn't it be drink for worse, given your habit of turning a massive win into a giant loss?
Oh, yeah.
Hooray.
So this was off the back, funnily enough, of the same conference.
Yeah.
Their slogan is
Thirsty for better.
Thirsty for better. That's their internal sort of North Star that they're working towards. We thought we don't have that here at the ACC. Drink for worse. This is one.
I'm not sure drink for worse has got that aspirational
lean
to it.
It's not really the North Star that we need to orientate ourselves towards. Also, very tough for you to relay back to the upper management.
Yeah. How about stay breathing? It's got purpose.
Just lips above water.
Yeah. Stay breathing.
Stay breathing.
ACC, stay breathing.
As long as we can just
stay alive.
Barely stay alive.
Yeah.
By the skin of our teeth. Yeah, okay. I don't mind that. Doesn't fill me with confidence.
No, but
fight like hell.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with thirsty for better until we can think of it.
Yeah,
Another one. I don't think
agree.
Drink for worse is going to do us any favours internally within the business. Anyway, that'll do us for today. Tomorrow, for all of you round ball enthusiasts, we'll have someone who actually knows what they're talking about, the voice of the round ball in New Zealand, Jason Pine. Until then, we'll see you later on. Hooroo.
You've been listening to the ACC's Agenda podcast, brought to you by Export Ultra. For more episodes, like and follow on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts.